Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something truly heartwarming. We're going to explore some incredible movies that beautifully capture the essence of kindness and will connect their powerful messages to timeless lessons from the Bible. In a world that can often feel divided, these stories remind us of the profound impact a simple act of kindness can have. So grab your popcorn, get comfortable, and let's explore how Hollywood, at its best, reflects the biblical call to love our neighbors. First up, let's talk about a film that has touched millions, The Blind Side. This movie tells the true story of Michael Oher, a homeless teenager who is taken in by the Tuohy family. Lee Ann Tuohy, played by Sandra Bullock, sees a young man in need and doesn't hesitate. She offers him a warm bed, a place at her table, and ultimately, a family. Her actions are a perfect illustration of what it means to show hospitality and compassion to strangers. This reminds me of Hebrews 13:2, which says, "Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by so doing some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it." Lee Ann didn't know Michael would become an NFL star. She just saw a person who needed help. Her kindness wasn't about what she could get in return, but about what she could give. The Blind Side is a powerful testament to how opening our homes and hearts can literally change the trajectory of someone's life. It challenges us to look beyond our comfort zones and see the strangers in our own communities who might just need a helping hand. Next, let's journey to the magical world of Paddington 2. Now you might be thinking, a children's movie. Absolutely. Paddington Bear is arguably one of the kindest characters ever put on screen. He lives by the simple yet profound wisdom his Aunt Lucy taught him. If you're kind and polite, the world will be right. Throughout the film, Paddington transforms his community not through grand gestures, but through small, consistent acts of kindness, remembering names, offering marmalade sandwiches, and always seeing the best in people. This beautifully reflects the biblical concept of the fruit of the Spirit, found in Galatians 5:22-23, which lists kindness as a key attribute. Paddington's gentle and patient nature, even when he's wrongly accused and sent to prison, shows kindness in action. He doesn't let his circumstances change his character. Instead, he brings his kindness into the prison, transforming even the toughest inmates. Paddington 2 is a delightful and powerful reminder that you don't need superpowers to change the world. Sometimes all you need is a little bit of kindness and a lot of marmalade. It shows that consistent, small acts of love can create ripples of positive change that spread further than we can ever imagine. Now for a classic that has stood the test of time, It's a Wonderful Life. This film is a cornerstone of Christmas cinema for a reason. George Bailey spends his entire life putting the needs of others in his town of Bedford Falls before his own dreams. He sacrifices his travel plans, his career ambitions, and his money to help his friends and family. When he reaches his lowest point and questions if his life even mattered, an angel named Clarence shows him what the world would have been like without him. This story powerfully echoes the words of Jesus in John 15:13. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. George Bailey lays down his life, not in a single heroic act, but day by day, through countless small sacrifices. The film's beautiful conclusion, where the entire town rallies to save George, demonstrates the biblical principle of reaping what you sow. Because he sowed kindness and generosity his whole life, he reaped an abundance of love and support when he needed it most. It's a Wonderful Life teaches us that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Our lives have an immeasurable impact on those around us, often in ways we may never fully see. Let's shift gears to an animated masterpiece, Up. The story begins with a heart-wrenching montage of Carl and Ellie's life together, a life filled with love and shared dreams. After Ellie passes, Carl becomes a grumpy, isolated old man. But then, a persistent and incredibly optimistic young wilderness explorer named Russell enters his life. Russell's unwavering kindness and determination to help Mr. Fredrickson begin to slowly chip away at Carl's hardened exterior. Their journey together is a beautiful picture of what the Bible calls bearing with one another in love, as mentioned in Ephesians 4:2. Carl and Russell are complete opposites, yet through their shared adventure, they learn to care for each other. Russell's simple, childlike kindness is what ultimately saves Carl from his own bitterness and grief. The film reminds us that kindness can bridge generational gaps and heal the deepest wounds. It shows us that reaching out to the lonely and grieving, even when they push us away, is a powerful act of love. Sometimes, the people who seem the grumpiest are the ones who need our kindness the most. Another powerful film to consider is Schindler's List. This is a much heavier and more intense film, but its message about kindness in the face of unspeakable evil is profound. Oskar Schindler, initially a self-serving businessman, witnesses the horrors of the Holocaust and is transformed. He uses his factory and his fortune not for profit, but to save the lives of more than 1,000 Jews. He risks everything, his wealth, his safety, his very life, to protect others. Schindler's actions are a dramatic and heroic example of the commandment to love your neighbor as yourself, found in Mark 12:31. In the most extreme circumstances imaginable, he chose love and compassion over self-interest. The film's famous line, "Whoever saves one life, saves the world entire," resonates deeply with the biblical value of every single human life, each one created in the image of God. Schindler's List is a harrowing but essential reminder that even in the darkest of times, one person's courage and kindness can be a beacon of light, pushing back against the shadows and preserving humanity. It challenges us to consider what we would be willing to risk for the sake of another. Finally, let's look at Les Miserables. The entire story is set in motion by a single radical act of kindness. Jean Valjean, an ex-convict embittered by 19 years of hard labor for stealing a loaf of bread, is taken in by a compassionate bishop. When Valjean steals the bishop's silver and is caught, the bishop doesn't condemn him. Instead, he tells the police the silver was a gift, and even adds his silver candlesticks, telling Valjean, "You must use this precious silver to become an honest man." This act of grace is a stunning depiction of forgiveness and mercy, central themes in the Bible. It mirrors the parable of the unforgiving servant in Matthew 18, where a king forgives an immense debt. The bishop's kindness completely changes Valjean's life, inspiring him to live a life of honesty, charity, and love. His entire journey, from becoming a factory owner to adopting Cosette, is a ripple effect from that one moment of grace. Les Miserables teaches us that kindness, especially when it's undeserved, has the power to redeem and transform. It shows that offering grace instead of judgment can break cycles of bitterness and create a legacy of love. So there you have it, from family dramas and children's comedies to historical epics and animated adventures. These films, in their own unique ways, showcase the world-changing power of kindness. They remind us that the biblical call to love, serve, and forgive isn't just an ancient ideal. It's a practical, life-giving force that we can see reflected in some of our most beloved stories. These movies challenge us to be the Lee Ann Twohy, the Paddington Bear, or the Bishop in our own worlds, to see a need and meet it, to offer grace, and to believe that small, consistent acts of love can truly make the world a better place. What are some of your favorite movies that embody kindness? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and add more films to my watch list. Thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content like this. Until next time, be kind to one another. Subscribe to Graceful Grace for more impactful word.